Page 8, We Three Kings of Orient are. 3/4 time, and there's interesting things going on here. I'm going to start with the second line because that's where you have notes. You don't have anything in the first line, and I'll explain why a little bit later. For right now, let's just deal with the notes. I'm going to take both hands at the same time because you're kind of going back and forth here. You're starting out in the right hand here. You're starting out in the left hand. If you look there on measure 6, you're here. So we're back in middle C position. Okay. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a repeat sign there. The second line on page 8, there's a repeat sign on each end of it. That simply means you're going to play that line twice. That's all. However, right now let's go on. The measure 9, we're here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And you got all this going? I hope you can play that okay. Let's jump down one line. You see the double bars there? It's between measures 15 and 16. You're a G and a B here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Remember, a dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. So it's going to get however many count a quarter note gets times 3. The 3 of those. 3 beats in this piece, yeah. And that's pretty much the notes. It's not too hard on that, I would hope. Just go ahead and work it out, make sure you can play it okay. Then go back and get rid of any hesitations you may have. The beat has to be a steady beat. It's not necessarily a fast piece, but it's got to be a steady beat. Then we can go back and add the phrasing. And the phrasing, and it's to the melody. Wherever, just lift up as if taking a breath between each phrase. So at the end of the first line, you're here. This is back on page 8. Here. That's the end of the second line, actually. It's where you're playing. Here. When you repeat, lift up before you do this, like taking a breath. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're just cutting the A a little bit short. Then when you go on, page 9, or to measure 9, again, lift up. It's like taking a breath. Right there. This is measure 12 and 13. 12. Lift up before going to 13. 1, 2, 3. It's a new phrase. And then lift up again. 2, 3, 1. And then lift up again. A lot of arrangements do this. In my opinion, you can connect the O. This is measure 16 and 17. That's melody. You can connect that to the star. O star. You go O star. You don't go O star. No. In my opinion, you should connect all that. It should all be one phrase. Here, 2, 3, 1. Connect it. There. Otherwise, you can phrase it the way they're showing. If you look, they're following the sentences or the clauses and so forth in the words. It's where you'd have sort of a break if you were just going to say it. If you were reading it, it's where you might take a breath or something, and the sentences and the music fit. Okay. Dynamic-wise, it starts out loud, whatever you think loud is. You're going to repeat that. Then when you get to the top of page 9, it's soft. Whatever you think soft is. Then you're going to start crescendoing at the end of now loud. So you have to plan it out. Or that crescendo on measure 13, you'll be loud by measure 14. That's too soon. You're like moderately soft, moderately loud, now loud. So forth. Yeah. And you're staying loud pretty much through the rest of it. You don't have to stay exactly that. You can get a little louder. And you have to get into the music and feel it. Speed-wise, well, it's just a moderate piece. It's not fast or slow. Just depends on how much wine I've had to drink or eggnog or whatever. It's just, okay. I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double-check the notes and the rhythms. And we are going to start at measure 5. There's nothing prior to that. So let's try. I'm not going to do the dynamics, but we will do the repeat. So I'll give us 3 counts because it's in 3/4 time. Let's just try it together very slowly, just to make sure you're playing the same notes I'm playing at the same time I'm playing it. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, repeat. 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, off. There's a duet at the bottom of page 8. I'd like to talk about that and play that with you. And this is where I can explain what's going on in the music, because you get 4 measures at the beginning of this and they're all rest. That means you're quiet for 4 measures. And no, you don't have to sit there and quietly count for 4 measures before you start playing. If you're just playing by yourself, you start on measure 5 and just start there and go. That's where the piece starts. Those first 4 measures are actually introduction. They're not part of the piece officially, they're introduction. Sometimes at the end of an introduction, they'll put double bars to tell you it's a new section, because an introduction is usually considered a separate section. It's like over a measure 15 going into measure 16, you have the double bars, that's a different section there. So if you want, in my opinion, you could draw another thin bar line there and have double bars there. Okay. It doesn't affect how you play it. Anyway, the duet part has notes there. The duet part is doing the introduction. So you would sit there, quietly wait, patiently wait, count if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 4. Yeah, I'm counting each measure. There's 4 measures. And then you're ready to come in on measure 5. So I'd like to do that. I'm going to do the introduction, so you don't come in until measure 5. I'll kind of tell you, okay now, or something like that when it's time for you to come in. And we're going to speed this up a little bit closer to where it goes. So let's try it. I'm not going to give any count-in beats because the piano, the duet part has the introduction, so you don't need count-in beats. You get 4 measures to figure out where you are. Now I need you to go up an octave, just like you have been. Just pretend middle C goes up here, and instead of here, you're up here. Like so, you play the whole thing up here, and that's how we can do it.